What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 3. In the previous episode, we went back to Crookback Bog to rescue Anna with the Baron from the crones, and they tried to stop us with their fiend, the one that had, captured her in the first place when she was trying to leave, when she lost her protection from the Peller. And then from there, we came over here and played this soothsayer. We also met out with Tamara. Tamara, there was a whole, cutscene, as you guys saw, with the Baron saying he won't drink. He's gonna make sure that make sure that Anna is saved. He knows a guy in the Blue Mountains to try to fix her, because she is basically just a geriatric old person who has like a fucked up memory and is just psycho now. She has no ability to talk or hold a conversation, and it's just her mind is just so addled. But he's gonna try to fix her and bring her to somebody. But now we are going to do this contract for the swamp thing. Like I said, we also played the soothsayer up here in Gwent, and that was kind of all we did there. We are going to go back to the orphans of Crookback Bog, their little area. I don't think we read this. Orphan unwanted children from nearby villages find a roof over their head and bowl of warm food here. I actually do believe I did read that, didn't I? I did read that. So anyway, so we're going to go over here, go do this contract for a swamp thing. So it's fast travel, then we'll kind of see where we got this. We got it from one of the bulletin boards somewhere, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Now we get to play this music. Yeah, mysterious fog that killed all who ventured into it had arisen near the village of Downwarn, inconveniently close to where peat was being dug. Geralt decided to investigate this murderous mist and see if he couldn't put a stop to it. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can do. Murderous mist. I don't quite remember reading about any murderous mist, but we're gonna head that way and see. I mean, I guess there's some mist around here. What do we have? Oh, some drowners. Ooh, damn, a whole bunch of them. See if we get the heavy attack. Nope. There we go. Take it out. Get you drowners out of here real quick, like. Drowner brain, drowner tongues, all that fun stuff. And now let's continue on our way over to where we need to go to. It's rather quiet around here. Get the crickets. Oh, some more drowners. That's what I get for saying it's quiet. It's the Q word. Oh, there's one behind us now, too. Oh, there's two behind us. Oh, shit. I also feel like I underuse... Ooh, you hit me. I feel like I underuse Yurden as a sign. So I feel like the slow is undervalued by me. I feel like I could use the slow a little bit more than I do. Yeah, I basically only use it for specters, but I feel like it could be used at other points in time too, or especially with some bigger enemies. I think we did end up using it with the one of the those golems and stuff that we were fighting when we were with Kira doing Kira's quest and trying to find and search for Ciri. But anyway, I think we can move on. And look, there's a guy out here in a lonely shack out in the fucking swamp.
Stay clear of that fog if you value your life.
Leslav will stay clear of the fog if we value our life. And he just hammered his fucking hand. What's up, Leslav?
Careful, sir. A monster prowls the bog. Enter the mist and you'll never see home again.
Alright, tell me more about the monster.
This monster, tell me more.
Only seen it once myself. And that from afar and past dusk. Thought it were a man at first. Then it turned, and I saw eyes burning like coals and a jaw full of fangs, one next to the other.
Humanoid, nocturnal. First attack. Remember when it happened?
A week passed, near about. It was then Boren vanished. Merrick and Tomil went looking for him, didn't come back either, them two. I were afeared. Now none dare venture into the bog. Camp stands deserted, and the peat there, master, it's the best sort. Black as pitch and oily. Good for fuel.
Fascinating, but staying with the topic at hand.
Alright, I can help for a fee.
Assume you put up the notice in Downwarren.
Aye, 'twere me. Got to know someone reads 'em. Paid a scribe a dozen eggs to write it up.
I can help, for a fee.
Course. Why, even an ox don't pull a plow for free.
Damn, he just basically called me a fucking ox. How much you willing to pay?
Afraid I'll need more than an ox needs. How much are you willing to pay exactly?
Alright, so 346 is what we can get up to, so we'll go, let's just do 395 or 295.
That I simply do not have. Would a few crowns less satisfy you?
Maybe 285? If not, then we'll go down to 270. Because he's getting
That I
annoyed.
simply do not have.
Okay, what about 270? That's 15 crowns less. We're only getting 28 extra out of it.
That I simply...
Okay, we're gonna have to go down to like 260. I don't want to annoy him fully.
Oh, master, you value your services dear. But so be it. I'll agree to that.
Alright, it's time I got to work.
Alright, time I got to work. Where'll I find this monster?
Start south of here. But beware. Bad, poxy air hangs o'er the marsh. Stings your eyes, claws at your throat. Claws so hard you could choke.
Claws so hard you could choke. Alright, contract for the swamp thing. Find out what's killing people in the fog. Alright, get some beggar tick blossoms. I feel like I'm hearing something. Probably just some frogs. It is a swamp after all. Beggar tick blossoms in the middle of the water. Okay. I think these are some more beggar tick blossoms.
This, the odor, metallic almost.
I think this is the stuff that we can't get into. Oh no, we can. No, nope, we can't. Okay, it only takes our breath away. Okay. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, that's not good for us. Can we blow the fog away? No, no, we can't. Can we at least see something in here? Okay, yeah, we're good here. Alright, what do we have here? Vial, Dwarven Spirit, Bear Hide, Glowing Ore, Bear Hide, Meteorite Ore, yes, yes, that we do want. Looks like this might be the first victim, or a victim at least, the first victim we're seeing. Some water, hell yeah. Alright, what do we have here, buddy? Examine it.
Didn't even have time to pull out his weapon. Monster must have been concealed. Surprised him.
Alright. Anything else around here? Ooh, is that a beehive? No, it is not. Alright, yeah, we can't breathe in whatever this is.
Someone placed an illusion here.
Oh. What was the illusion? Oh, we got drowners. I saw you coming. Get you motherfuckers out of here. You nasty motherfuckers. There we go. I didn't see what the illusion was. I was just trying to pick up, like... I thought there was some like, plant there. I was just trying to pick up the plant. But apparently we had an illusion that the Eye of Nephelini, or whatever, Eye of Nephali, or whatever it's called, took care of for us. So whereabouts... There we go. What's this?
Tracks masked with magic. This is getting interesting.
Okay. Magic tracks, huh? Where else? Oh, here's a body.
Different claw marks. Guess a few individuals feed here. Guess I'm dealing with an old foglet hiding behind an illusion.
Alright, bestiary entry. Ignis Fatius. Navigate the illusions to find the foglet. Okay. So first things first, we have a bunch of stuff in our bestiary that we need to go over. So let's just do these first. The Draconid, so Basilisk. In memory of the noble knight Roderick slain during a valiant struggle against the Basilisk, let's hope the beast choked on his bones. Gravestone inscription, Vizima Cemetery. Contrary to popular belief, Basilisks cannot turn anything to stone with their gaze. This is a small comfort, however, given that their acid, venom, claws, and teeth provide them many other ways to kill. Yeah. Then we have Wyverns. Most dangerous of all are the Royal Wyverns, or as they're called in some circles, the Royal Pains in the Ass. Albina Toddlekampf lecture in Natural Sciences at Artusa. Wyverns are often mistaken for dragons, and though they are much smaller than their more famous kin and do not breathe fire, they are likewise extremely dangerous monsters, especially if you're the so-called royal wyverns, who, like their namesake monarchs, are exceptionally ornery and extremely deadly. Cool. So they're weak to golden oriole. I don't remember what that is. Grape Shot, Draconid Oil, and Ard. Cool. We got hybrids. So this is one that we read from one of the books that we got. Did we just look at Shrieker? Oh yeah, we were looking at Shrieker because we fought it. I can't remember what Shrieker was. Was it a basilisk? A cockatrice. It was. Okay. Anyway, hybrids. So this one we got from a book. A merchant once told me I reminded him of an Arnia. Naturally, I immediately teleported him to one of their nests so he could see for himself how ill-fitting a comparison it was. Lida Nade, the sorceress also known as Coral. Hard as it is to imagine that Aranias found in Skellige are more repulsive and dangerous than harpies. They're close relatives, though well-rotten carrion is their food of choice. They will not turn their noses up at fresh meat, man flesh included. When they spy a potential victim, Aranias like harpies or shishigas, shishigas, that's crazy, will try to make full use of their strength and their numbers and their ability to control the skies. They will circle above their prey, then attack from several directions at once, striking their razor shark talons. That's weird. I feel like that's supposed to be razor sharp. But anyway, razor shark talons and tearing their targets to shreds. While attacking, they aim for the neck, eyes, and other vital organs, often causing their prey to bleed to death as a result. In this way, a small flock of Aranias is able to make quick work of larger, better armed victims who often are not able to defend themselves effectively from several opponents attacking at once. So, Grape Shot, Hybrid Oil, and Ard. Then we got Harpies. Most monsters don't actually keep any treasure in their lairs. Harpies, though, they like shiny things. Letho, Viper, School Witcher. Oh, Letho. It is hard to say what is the most repulsive about harpies, their cousins, the shishigas, their hideous appearance, the overwhelming stench of rot and bird excrement that clings to them, or their blood-curdling screech. Suffice it to say that even rats who dwell happily among the rankest fecal matter and rotten waste give their nests a wide berth. Harpy nests are most often found at the top of high cliffs or rocky ravines. Sure signs of having strayed near one are crumbling human and animal remains, guano-streaked rocks, and feathers littering the ground. Harpies and shishigas hunt in flocks consisting of a handful of up to 20 individuals. Though rather cowardly and cautious, harpies fiercely defend their nests and will not hesitate to attack when outnumbering their foes. During combat, they will use their ability to fly to dive swiftly to strike their victims one by one before soaring back out of their reach. They can kill with their wings or their sharp beak and talons. Once on the ground, they move slowly and clumsily and thus no longer present much of a threat. Then we have sirens. Out at sea, if you hear a beautiful woman singing, turn the ship around at once, you understand, even if it means sailing straight back into a storm. Arike of Hindersfjall. Advice given to his son before his first solo voyage. Like skilled hunters setting out wooden ducks to lure in drake, sirens and lamias lure men near using their own bodies as decoys. They can transform to resemble beautiful human maidens, though with tails covered in silver scales instead of legs. Once a naive sailor gets within arm's reach of these beautiful creatures, their fair faces suddenly turn to fang-filled fish-like maws, and lovely tails promising unknown delights become sharp, death-dealing talons. One legend claims sirens and lamias were once friendly towards men and supposedly were even known, albeit on rare occasion, to accept some sailors' clumsy attempts at courtship. In our day, however, they are decidedly aggressive, perhaps hard by numerous kidnappings of carried out by frustrated sea salt. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: these days the monsters display no sign of goodwill, and so when spotting them, one should immediately reach for one's silver sword. Sirens and lamias, the sirens' more dangerous cousins, usually hunt in flocks, making use of their numbers as well as their ability to move effortlessly through water and air. On the ground, however, they are virtually defenseless, so a wise tactic is to damage their fin-like wings to force them to land. The Igni side also proves effective when fighting against unthreatened or injured sirens will let out a terrifying shriek, leaving their opponents stunned while they escape, and their sisters swoop down for an easy attack. So Grape Shot, Hybrid Oil, Igni, and Ard. And then last but not least, Succubi. Again, good grief, woman. I'm spent Lester of Smalton to a succubus a few days before taking a vow of celibacy. Unlike other monster succubi and monads who feel no desire to kill, do not crave human blood, and usually do not, in fact, mean any harm at all. They are motivated by one thing and one thing only, an insatiable lust. They try in vain to slake this by engaging in sexual acts with other humanoid species they encounter. While it must be admitted that their victims rarely put up much resistance, this does not mean succubi and monads don't present any danger. Their never-ending advances, though pleasurable at first, have pushed more than one man to madness or even death. Succubi and monads can be found near human settlements, including small villages and populous cities. They prowl at night, though when stricken by serious need, they will leave their lairs during the day as well. They shower their infections on men as well as women, the young as well as the old, the ugly as well as the beautiful. Some of them are particularly fond of pastors and other holy men whose seduction they treat as a sort of game. Though succubi are peaceful by nature, when forced to fight, they will defend themselves fiercely. One should thus not be fooled by the fair appearance of the velvety skin of their arms lie muscles of iron, a blow delivered with their rear goat-like legs, or thick horns on their head can easily crush bone. So there we go. Yeah, we have, like I said, we got a whole ton of these. What is the necrophage? I don't know which one of these we didn't read. So I'm pretty sure we read about, and then Morntart was the one that we fought. Oh, this is the new one. There we go. Ignis. So this is a necrophage. Cool. So that'll be good. We have the 25%. So Ignis Fatus. The monster haunting the peat bogs of Ellen turned out to be an ancient foglet. These are exceptionally long-lived creatures. Some have dwelt on this earth for over 200 years, growing stronger and stronger all the while. Blows dealt by foglets of such an age carry so much power, blocking them is out of the question. These foglets possess the ability to move extremely quickly. Not even Yrden can slow them down. Furthermore, they can meld completely into the mist and suddenly rematerialize to strike from behind. Wearing heavy armor or making good use of Quen sign is highly recommended. Necrophage oil, Quen, and Moondust. I wish we had Moondust, but I don't think we have those. Then we have the relics, the crones. Oh my gosh. So sorry, we're going to spend a lot of time reading in this episode, but we put off our bestiary for long enough that we kind of unfortunately have to. But these are at least relative to what we just kind of dealt with. So sister crones, hand in hand, terrors of the sea and land, thus do not go about thrice to thine and thrice to mine and thrice again to make up 9. Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 3. The isolated corners of the world harbor creatures older than humans, older than academies and mages, older even than dwarves and elves and dwarves. The crones of Crookback Bog are such creatures, and no one knows their true names nor what breed of monstrosity they in fact are. Common folk have given these 3 sisters the names Weevis, Brewis, and Wispus, and call the threesome the Ladies of the Woods, or simply the Good Ladies. The crones act as true sovereigns of Velen, whose inhabitants they help survive through harsh times in return for unquestioning obedience. They wield powerful magic, but one different from that of mages. They draw power from water and earth, and are bound to the land in which they live. The crones can hear everything that happens in their woods, predict the future, twist the threads of human lives, and bring blessings as well as curses. The crones seem, for all intents and purposes, to be immortal. Magic elixirs keep them from aging and allow them to take the appearance of young women. These elixirs and their mystical ties to the swamps in which they live also give them their supernatural strength and vitality. Weak to relic, oil, and Quen, because these are relics. Then fiends, I regret to inform you, your grace, that your grace's son fell while hunting a fiend. He died on the spot, along with his squire, his guide, the beaters, his peasant entourage, and his hounds. Cavan Gel, manager of the Villapine estate near Vizima. Fiends are walking mountains of muscles capped with horns, tooth-filled heads, like their rare cousins Bombakvetches. They live in thick forests, swamps, and bogs. When possible, they avoid humans, but when not possible, they kill them, and without much difficulty. So there you go, and then the last thing we have are vampires. This is from the book we read about Ekimaras and higher vampires, so again, this will be the last thing we read, and then we can kind of move on with this quest. So hopefully you guys aren't too bored, but again, I find all of this stuff interesting and leads to the backstory, so we're going to do it regardless. Ain't nothing to fear Ekimaras, why they ain't nothing more than overgrown bats. Like other vampires, Ekimaras are not, despite what village gossips might say, undead humans. They are instead post-conjunction monsters who have no particular feelings about garlic, holy water, or religious symbols. Unlike the portrayals in ballads and legends, they look nothing like handsome, pale aristocrats with charming eastern accents, though like catechans and necrorats, they do bear a strong resemblance to overgrown bats. They do not suck blood from the necks of virgins with a delicate kiss-like bite. They tear them to shreds using long, sharp claws, and then slurp the splattered blood off the ground. Ekimaras are unusually cruel and exceptionally swift. They are able to quickly land blow after blow, capable of smashing even the best Mahakaman-made armor into tiny shards. They should be fought with a silver sword, remembering that they can regenerate back health over time. One should thus never attempt to tire them out, or, God forbid, wait for them to bleed to death. Instead, cut them down as quickly as possible, and, if possible, burn the body to ash and scatter it to the 4 winds. So, Devil's Puffball, Vampire Oil, and Igni, and then higher vampires. This will be the last one we gotta read, and then we can move on. Men, the polite ones at least, would call me a monster, a blood-drinking freak. Emil Regis, higher vampire. Only a mutual thirst for blood links higher vampires to their distant, much more primitive cousins, Ekimaras, Elves, Catechans, and the like. Higher vampires are in fact much more similar to humans than those bat-like blood slurpers. They not only resemble us in appearance, but they also share our intelligence, behavioral patterns. This means they do not squat in distant forests or hide in the shadows. On the contrary, they are particularly fond of cities where they live out deceivingly normal lives, even which they're not capable of recognizing them at once, for the medallions remain perfectly motionless in the presence of higher vampires. Yet all these similarities should not bind us to an essential difference. Unlike men, higher vampires are immortal. Those who have faced them in combat and survived can be counted on one hand. It is a witcher's good fortune that higher vampires are extremely rare, and not all are dangerous to humans. Though they do have a taste for blood, they do not need to drink it to survive. Some higher vampires have renounced feeding on humans altogether and do not harm anyone, but others give in to their desires. A witcher who braves fighting a higher vampire must bear in mind that he faces a monster endowed with incredible strength, one able to manipulate men and animals, turn invisible, and transform into a giant bat, and furthermore, which it is nearly impossible to kill. In other words, even an experienced monster slayer should think twice before accepting a contract on one of these creatures, even if half a kingdom and a princess's hand is in the offing. So there we go, we are all caught up. Sorry, we were going to have to do that eventually just to catch up, and I figured we might as well do it now as we were going to be looking at the bestiary anyway. So I do apologize, but again, it is important to know all about what is going on. I don't see anything else around to really track, though. We're just kind of following the quest marker, which isn't as fun. But okay, there's definitely an illusion over there. And over here. This one's got like cows by it.
An illusion.
So if we go in, are we good on the breath? Yeah, okay. Huh. Well, I want to see what the other one had too then. Because it definitely looked like there was another illusion over here. This one has blood by it, or a bloody animal by it, I should say. There we go. Can we run? Because we need to get out of this breath. Oh, this one has a human by it. Okay.
Nahelani's eye. Ought to use it.
Nahelani. Okay. Get some florins. And white myrtle and genacia petals. Oh, here we go. This is just a regular foglet, I think. Need you to appear. There we go. There we go. We knocked him down and then we can stab him to death. And he's gone. Lesser blue mutagen.
Must be the fog.
Alright, what do we have over here then? I'm glad we came back this way. Dorian sword, exploding bolt, tracking bolt, string, crowns, and florins. Diagram, Ursine silver sword superior. Okay. And some cavalry boots. So we were gonna have to try to come in here at some point anyway. Dark iron ore, sapphire, cured leather nails, mountain folk boots, and a manuscript for enhanced thunderbolt. That is good. I do want to see that. I enjoy seeing that, I should say. Alright, we got anything else in here? Oh, well, here he is. Alright, let's get some Quen, and then let's get some Necrophage oil. Nice try, Ignis Fatus. Okay, we're gonna have to use this again. Alright, that only takes some of our Quen away. The fog versions of him. See if we can get him burning. There we go. There we go, Ignis Fatus. You're getting fucked up, Ignis. Oh, we sent it the wrong way. There we go. Contract Swamp Thing, and he is taken out. Take a trophy from the Foglet's body. Got Monster Ear, Monster Claw, Monster Saliva, Foglet Teeth, Foglet Mutagen, a Carabella, and then finally a Foglet Trophy. Took more time to read the bestiary of all of these than it did to actually take out Ignis Fatus. More dead bodies in here. Damn. So then, is this the way we came in, or is this the other way we would have came in? Okay, this is the way we would have came. This is the second way we came in, I'm pretty sure. I think it was both. They both led to the same area. We just know, because I don't remember it going down either, though. New marker entrance, no. This is not where we managed to come in. Okay, I do want to go out this way because I want to fight these guys. Come on, drowners.
That stench.
Oh, it's some muck nixers. There we go. Get them burning. We got ourselves a nice little pattern here of get them on fire, and then we can take them out. Alright, give me some health back then, bitch. There we go. Come on, come at me, bro. Now we get him. There we go. And then we got one more over here that we can use to heal up a little bit. There we go. Stuck on some trees. Come on over here where it's more open, buddy. There we go. Get you with the Igni. Get you burning. And then slice you a bit. There we go. So I thought there was another entrance then. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that first one we went to was nothing. So now I'm kind of worried that we... Not worried, but like we could have went through that first one and we would have been just fine. So I kind of want to check this one out. Because this is definitely a different entrance. So I think there was two different, or maybe three different entrances now. So we can go this way. You see these random guys. And this is where we fought him at. And then, okay, no, so this was the second entrance we found. So there was essentially three entrances then. So we found it here. We fought him here. We came down from this one. Okay, damn, three different entrances for this place. Well, we found our way out, so that's good. And it looks like this way is the fastest way out and the fastest way to get on to our next, or get back to our guy to get our reward. So, see, it was perfect that we read all of that stuff because the backstory of this game is very important. And if you don't care for the backstory, then we do not have similar interests in the way of playing games. So, I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But, like, I want to know everything about the monsters. I want to know everything about the world. I want to know everything about everything. As much as I can know about a game, I want to know. The lore, all of it. So, like I said, my playthroughs are always going to be very lore heavy. I'm assuming that's probably not the most, you know, popular way to play games nowadays because, you know, we got the TikTok brain. We want to all see, you know, everything as quick as possible. We want to swipe to the next video, swipe to the next, you know, reel, etc., the next TikTok, but, you know, alright. Let's get back to Leslov. That's just not the way I am. Don't get me wrong, I love me some TikToks and some reels, but just not when it comes to like video game stuff. Unless we're doing like short, digestible information. But if you're doing a Let's Play, I want you to go through as much as possible. But let's talk to Leslov.
Any tidings?
Yep, I'm here to collect the reward. I killed his ass.
Monster's dead. Fog's dispersed.
Ha! Village folk will be content. Give them cause to celebrate. Well, you've earned your reward. Take it, and fare you well.
Hang on a minute. This is less than we agreed.
Master Witcher, that beast, it kept me from gathering peat. And I'd still me family to feed. But a few crowns left now, and I've yet to buy new tools. Show some mercy. I'll pay ye. I will. Pay ye twice the fee, but in a week's time, once I've made up some of me losses.
All right, yeah. Pay me double then, in a week.
Fine, so be it. But you remember that I'll remember. You won't get out of paying this.
Thank ye, Witcher. Thank ye kindly, my lord. Melitele bless ye. May ye be fruitful and...
Get to work. You've only got a week.
Well, there we go. We get to return in a week. For that, I'm gonna steal all of your loot around here, alchemist powder and all that stuff. You know, just as a show of I can take whatever I want. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to loot your stuff. Thread, dwarven spirit, and thread. Again, I don't know if we can really use any of that for literally anything. But so now we didn't technically finish the swamp thing. So we already read the first part of it. Well, actually, I don't know if we did. A mysterious fog had killed all who ventured into it. A mysterious fog that killed all who had ventured into it had arisen near the village of Downmore, inconveniently close to where the peat was being dug. Yeah, we read this. Girl's investigation took him to the very heart of the swamp as he was walking. An exceptionally hideous foglet suddenly jumped out at him from an unusually thick patch of fogs. The monster was old and strong, making defeating of it no easy labor. Geralt managed the task, however, a few moments after the fog had breathed its last, the poisonous fog dispersed, and the Witcher could at last fill his lungs safely. That's just sometimes things are written so weird in this game. But anyways, that's that. So now we need to move on to other things. I think what we will do is... I think we will do the Forefathers Eve quest in the next episode. Meet them at Fyke Isle, so that is, I think, what we can do next. Let's see, is there anything really around here? Yeah, we can go check out this. Let's go check out this place. It's not too far. I think that's the cave that we just came from, so I don't think it's too far from that. So we'll go check out this question mark, and then it looked like there was another question mark further down. But then we also have to... Actually, maybe we won't do Forefathers Eve. I think what we will do... I do want to do Forefathers Eve, though. That's the problem. But I think what we're actually going to do... We gotta swim now, because we're actually kind of like an inlet from like the lake or the sea or whatever that would be. We got some poison. Got a monster nest over here. We need to make sure to get some room here. Damn, they're all burned up. See, that's where I could see Whirl being a good skill and maybe something we actually want to use. Oh, we got ourselves hit. Okay, let's use some Quen to heal ourselves back up then. I can see Quen doing damage being pretty good too. That one almost got us. The drowners are too fast for us to just hit. Unless you're doing a dodge. So we hit the two-piece and then we got him. Oh, there's another one. Yo. It becomes a little dance with these drowners. Ooh, we dismembered his head. There you go, monster liver. Get some drowner tongues and all that. And get here. Perfect. And let's get this
coming out of there.
Oh.
Just blow it up.
So they killed somebody. Tracker trousers, witch slayer diagram, witch hunter sword, drowner brain, water, and witcher's not quite the devil as you thought. I want to know if we've already read that or not. Because usually if you go to like your books, and we got this sword, Carabella, not that great. And these are not that great either. But we got some new bolts too. Got some meat that we can sell. So this is bonus experience. What does this give us? Bonus gold. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I want the bonus experience again. All right, get all this stuff. And Witcher's not quite the devil. We already read that. Okay, I thought so. So when you go here, you can go to others and you get your books and stuff, and it'll tell you whether or not you've already read it. For like the random books, these will be quest books too, but also for the random books, they'll come here and they'll tell you whether you read it or not. So that is perfect. So we have read that book, and now we have a bunch of crafting supplies to get rid of these little yellow stars on. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I know that it's not the most popular way to play games and do Let's Plays in this day and age, but I just think that it's the most enjoyable, and I think it's kind of a niche, because I don't think there's many Let's Players out there who do everything and try to show as much as possible in games. I think they kind of just go from point A to point B, and I mean, there might be some that I don't know of, that I haven't seen. Oh, we need to get farther away. There we go, we get the 20 experience. Now we get a drowned dead, so now we're finally gonna get a nest that brings up something that we can actually get more XP for. There we go. I want to see if he gives us any XP with 1287. I guess we get it right when we kill him, don't we? Get him all burnt up. Hitting some trees and stuff, and we get some 50 XP for that. It keeps popping up with that Witcher, not quite the devil as you thought. So, bro, I don't care. Okay, then we can loot this monster nest. Drowner tongue, seashell, shell, drowner brain, infused shard, and monster bones. Perfect. A nice little question mark that we got handled. I will always take that. Alright, let's see. Is there anything else around here? Yeah, so actually what I was thinking of, instead of doing Forefathers Eve, we also could always do Forefathers Eve. And then, because I think it'll bring us back to this area anyway, and then after that we can go to this camp, because I always forget to go down here because we're not, I mean, we are in the area with the Crookback Bog stuff, and it is close, but I always forget until we're like way above the level, because right now I think we are already going to be above the level of the things around here. It's always good to come back here. It's a little garrison of an army. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it is always, I think, nice to go there. We can at least check out this question mark in this episode, kind of continue on and see if there's anything here. We have a mucknixer over there. Fight on its own little island. What's up, dude? Oh, you're lucky. We don't even have necrophage oil on anymore. You got me with the double. You got me with the two-piece combo, two-piece and surprise. There we go. Yeah, it becomes like a dance with these guys. They get at you, you get at them. They get at you, you get at them, and you just kind of play back and forth. I do wish he would wipe the blood off of his sword. It's one of the cooler things that they do in, like, you know, more, I don't want to say samurai games, but I guess samurai games where they'll wipe blood off their swords before they sheath it. I wish Geralt would do that. Your sword needs to be nice. I guess we oil it up enough, so maybe it'll be nice and good for longer than I expect. But I don't know what is over here, so we'll just have to see what it is and if it's something that we can do or not. Huh. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, it is a bandit camp. Deserters. Oh, we got one archer trying to get over here and get some distance for us. We got my wife out there mowing the lawn. Right for everybody to hear as I'm recording. So that's great. So I do apologize for that. But, you know, it has to be done. I'm not mad about it. It's just like, damn, bro. Right when I'm recording. Couldn't have waited till later in the day to do this thing. But maybe it won't come through. Maybe it does. Who knows? We'll hit the Axie on these guys, because that's the best way to deal with the shield guys. And slice his fucking head off. Let's go. Small blackjack, heavy mace. Small blackjack, Novigad longsword, grilled pork, and a hatchet. And then let's see what we got over here, guys. Silver ingot thread, phosphorus, goat hide, dark steel ingot, split bolt, blunt crossbow bolt, and a crossbow. Get ourselves some dwarven spirit. Good thing it's not really anything that's crazy going on. We're just kind of exploring. But yeah, it's definitely going through. I can see it on the like volume meter on OBS. So that's fun. Again, it is what it is. It's less when I'm like streaming, because I like whatever it is, what it is. It's a live thing, so it's fine. But I'm just like, damn, bro, I'm recording here, and we're just gonna fucking do all that. Damn. So we've got all the way over there. We could check those question marks. This one we can't get to yet because this is all stuff that we go to much later on. I guess we could just fast travel back to a city and sell some stuff too. Whichever one is like close to Fyke Isle, I guess probably would be the best. Let's go over here, grab Roach, and let's go. But yeah, again, I do apologize for that. It's not a big deal, but I just, you know, she likes to mow the lawn sometimes because we like switch off doing it, and she always likes to do it when I'm either streaming or recording. It seems like every single time it turns into that. Was this his little hut? No, this is the hut where the dead guy was, I think. Not where Leslav was. But oh well, it's just some background noise, right? Doesn't make the video terrible. I wish there was like some soundproofing I could do or something like that. I know that people have those like soundproof like pads that don't actually really do anything. People swear by them, but from what I understand, they don't actually do anything that you like put on your walls and stuff. Maybe it does. Maybe it at least like gets rid of echo. But other than that, I don't think it actually does anything. But let's get off and we'll fast travel to... So we need to go to Fyke Isle, which we could fast travel all the way there. But I think what we'll actually do is we'll go to Oriton and we'll do the good old ride our boat here and kind of go, because this is where we need to, you know, meet the Peller. So why would we fast travel here and run all the way back when we could just boat our way there? So let's go to Oriton. I don't know if there's anybody to sell to there though. So let's go to, got some question marks down here too that we haven't really gotten into yet. Let's go to Blackbow first, and then we can go to Oriton, and then we'll end the episode off and be all ready. So let's go to Blackbow. We'll go to this guy first. Buy in or just perusing.
Show me what you've got.
So we're not going to sell our like weapons to this guy. We will keep the Carabella though, because I think that is actually like a normal weapon. But we want to sell like hides. So let's see if we can get these. What is this? 8 bear hides? Yeah, 5 pounds. Get that out of here. Sheepskin is 1.5 pounds. So we can get most of that out of here. Could sell these 3 smoking pipes that don't do anything. This fishing rod we should be able to sell, and there we go. We sold him out. He's out of money.
So long.
Which is crazy that we sell all that stuff, and that's more than we'll make for that last contract we had. Maybe not more, but it's about what we'll make for that contract for killing the Foglet. It's crazy that that's how it works out. We got the guy playing the flute. Can we talk to this guy? Damn.
Ha ha! Mountains don't move and thus never meet, but men.
Alright, what are you offering?
Take a peek if you...
Alright, so he's got 550, and we've already sold some stuff to him. Let's go ahead and see if we can sell 33 vials. Sure. Now watch, I'll need a vial for something. Old bear hide, rabbit pelt, wolf hide is still 1/4 pound. This old goat hide, I thought it was pig hide, but no. These sheep skins. White wolf hide is over 1/2 pound. Seashell, axe head. Yeah, just this stuff that sells for nothing. Black magic doll, chains. Damn, those were heavy too. This white bear hide. Rotting flesh, I don't know why you would take those, but sure. Is this fist tech? Yeah, you can take the fist tech. We're a drug dealer now. And then you can take this horse hide. Damn, mug, platter, butter knife, the shell. And then I think we'll keep the rest. I mean, I know they're not quest items, but they were for quests, so I feel like they are kind of quest items. But let's go ahead and get rid of that. And there was one other thing I was looking to sell. I want to see what he did for the honeycombs. He gives 1. Okay. And he gives 1. I don't remember who it was. It was a random merchant who gave us 7 for our honeycombs. So I was kind of like, hey, if it's this guy, perfect. But we sold all that stuff off. That's perfect. Farewell.
Farewell.
We'll meet again. I know this.
Yeah, you give pretty good prices for all of that stuff. So yeah, we will meet again. And then we can talk to this blacksmith. And that's where we can sell off all of our swords and stuff. Why is this guy never available? Okay, well, we'll meditate for an hour then. Every time I come up to him, He's not available until we meditate, and then we can talk to him.
Yeah?
Like, I don't know what his issue
I'll
is.
take a look.
So, we'll keep the Carabella. We'll give you the Witch Hunter sword, the Velen long swords, the boots, the pants, this Velen long sword, heavy mace. Just see if we can sell the rest then. And yeah, cool. We got all of our stuff sold. Bunch of bolts that we can't use yet, but hey. Then we can go to Crow's Perch and put that stuff back. But it's not too bad for us yet, so I don't think we really need to worry about any of that yet. So, but anyway, let's get back to our fast travel point. We'll go to Oriton, and then we can end off the episode. I always like to keep my selling of stuff for you guys, just so you guys can at least see where I get my money from. Because we were at 4,800, I think, like last episode, and now we're all the way up to 5,600 crowns. So we'll go to Oriton, then we'll get to this boat, and then we will go across Fyke Isle and do that quest for Forefathers Eve. Let's go ahead and fast travel. And then we can kind of get... Actually, let's kind of hang out at the outside of the village, because we all know how these people like to fucking talk their ears off. So, go here. What are you just hanging out? I guess I'm in his field. They're just... See, look at that. They're all just talking. I'm just trying to sit over here, and they're already talking and, you know, throwing me off. Between the mowing of the lawn and that, I'm just all thrown off. But anyways, in the next episode, we will take care of Forefathers Eve. We'll sail out to Fyke Isle and meet up with the Peller and do all of that. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.